speak up as usual. This is Lydia Tetolet, your host, and welcome. Well, today I'm happy that I have somebody who is supposed to be with me in the studio, but she's not there yet. So let me just apologize on her behalf. We all know when this climate change, people are on the motorway, they're everywhere, so that one interrupts our journey. And I also have a very, very important woman. I mean, this woman is a powerhouse, and she's in America, so she's going to join us via Zoom. But I'll allow them to introduce themselves, because I always hate introducing people, so because I can either forget something or dim your spotlight a little bit. But you know, nobody should dim your spotlight, and that's why this show is stand out and speak up, because we're always encouraging people not to fit in, but to stand out. So don't touch that button. We're going to come back. When we go on our break, we'll come back. See ya. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. So I'm going to introduce my first guest, who is joining us via Zoom.
Welcome back.
Because she is in America, so she's going to join us via Zoom. And my other guest just called me, actually. She said she is almost here. So guys, don't go away, okay? So let me allow my guest on Zoom to introduce herself, all the way from America. Hi. Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much. In fact, you don't even need to tell us you're a fashion person, makeup person. Look at you. Just by looking at you, you say it all. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, our goals for 2021. Okay? Our goals for 2021. But we should start preparing for 2022 and beyond. That's what we should start preparing for, 2022 and beyond. Some people are still slagging behind 2021. Come on, 2021 is finished. Can you imagine? It's November. We are almost in December. I've seen some people as well in the streets. They've started putting up Christmas trees. Every time they put those Christmas trees in November, it annoys me, because I'm thinking the year is over. I'm 1 year older, because my birthday is in March. So that means that I'm almost 1 year older. I don't like it. So I just want my mind to think you're still young, you know. But anyway, today I'm here with great ladies. Or right now it's still a lady, but the other lady is going to come up. And we're preparing for 2022 as well. So, Lily, I know that when we're in diaspora, we're desperate. We complain on how different things are. And especially if we have a passion, because I know that is your passion. Because I've seen and I've heard, and it has happened to me as well, when we have our family back home and they are sick and we take them to the hospital, and some of them have even passed on, but they still tell us that, oh, they're in, how is this thing called? They're in ICU. And then even if they hear that you have a family who is in diaspora, they now triple the bill. Like,
Yes.
Hello, where do we don't get those money in the streets. We work extra super hard for that money. I've seen some people just go in the hospital and it's 3 million. How do you add 3 million and it's 1 million and they're always talking on millions. Kenya hospitals nowadays is just on millions. So we see Lily now coming. Lily say enough of this. I am one of the diasporas, and I see how diasporas struggle. So I've come up with a plan. Okay, so now I just want you to tell us your plan to save, help, and support diaspora into being conned, because there's too much conning going around. So Lily, tell us, what's your plan? What is this thing that you've come up with?
So thank you so much, Lydia. And you've really mentioned it. You've said it. It's all about millions for medication. I mean, the healthcare now in Kenya. And what that does is that it denies access to many people who are from the lower middle class or the lower class, people who barely make it, people who live in under $1 per day. The public hospitals are so chaotic. Most of the time, if it's not strikes, it's there's no medication. And Lydia, I'm a very down-to-earth person. I was in Kenya, I believe in April, and I went to a public hospital for some kind of treatment. And when I picked up medication, that medicine almost killed me because it was super drowsy. The medication they gave me, the moment I swallow it, I can't even sit upright. And it took me a while to realize it's the medication. At first, I thought I'm just really sick. And then after a while, I realized it only happens after I take the meds. Like I would wake up tomorrow fine. And as soon as the medications go in, I'm done. I am so drowsy. I can't do anything. And it's a bad feeling. And so I talked to my mother about it, and my mom told me, you can just always go take the same prescription to a pharmacy, see if they can give you something different. And that's what I did. I went to the Good Life Pharmacy in Kisumu, and I gave them the prescription. They gave me medication in boxes. And the previous medication I had was in these the brown packages.
Yes, that brown
the envelopes.
envelope.
And they just wrote 1 times this, 2 times this, and the name of the medication. So I bought real brand medication from the Good Life Pharmacy. And when I took this meds, clearly it was different. It was a whole different experience. And it was a little expensive to get these medications, but I knew I'm taking the right thing because I didn't have to be down when I don't have to be down. And so this brought to my attention the fact that there's a lot of counterfeit medication out there in circulation, or just medication that will make you sick when you don't really have to be sick. It just puts you down for no reason. And it's sad because the people who don't have the information or don't suspect something they keep taking this meds without thinking twice, So you keep thinking you're sick. Sorry, mommy. Go ahead.
Yeah, but Lily, I understand what you're saying. There's a lot of fake medication in circulation, and I know that envelope you're talking about, they just give you don't even know what they've given you, because the medication is actually loose, and they say, paracetamol, take 1 times 3, exactly. And you don't know what it is. But now, here comes my question. How do we now find out? How do we now educate ourselves that, this is the wrong medication they've given you?
I will come in and actually address that. But so the biggest issue that we have is that access thing, where poor people are not accessing good medication. Poor people are left out. We don't have, poor people, they don't have enough access, and that's a problem. But then there's a situation where we guys in the diaspora, for example, again, back to myself, my background, my mom is, she's living with chronic illnesses. My grandmother is very sick even now as I speak to you, also chronic issues. And this is normal with people who are aging, these diseases just start creeping in at some point. And most of us here in the diaspora have aging parents in Kenya or relatives who are living with chronic illnesses. And sending home money for medication has become a norm for us. It's like, if you don't, if you don't send medication, this is gonna happen, and you want to take care of your people, which is a good thing. And we've been sending money home every time, every day, and this money most of the time is being inappropriated. And sometimes there's not even access, because you're sending money to Kenya for medication, and somebody will tell you, hey, you want me to take medication in an empty stomach? So I went and bought food. So send me more money for medication. What are you gonna do? You can't argue with your mom when she tells you things like that. And other times they would opt for cheap options, which are most likely not good. So when you send money home directly to somebody, you lose control.
Yes.
It's hard to follow up and see if this medication really got to them. And if it got to them, is it good medication? And so you have no control, absolutely. Yes. And so that's why I'm bringing a solution to the diaspora. The Diaspora Care, that's an app that helps you buy medication directly from the pharmacy, and it's picked up and taken to your patient. You don't have to worry about, did they get the medication? Is it the right one? They buy brand medication. And I know all of us here in the diaspora, we can afford to buy our people good medication, And this eliminates the issues where you're trying to fight with your family at home. Oh, it's been 2 days, you haven't bought medication. I sent you this money 3 days ago. It's all these fights. Oh, you sent by Western Union, I haven't been able to go pick up. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's a lot of drama. So I send money straight to the pharmacy. All you have to do is go pick up the medication, sign for it, and you're done. And my patient gets access to the medication. Now, this also solves that question you asked me. All the pharmacies that partner with Diaspora Care are pharmacies that they're all not very well known in Kenya. They've been vetted. They're accredited good pharmacies. These are not corner pharmacies. Okay. These are not pharmacies where you'll go and get an envelope. It's never going to happen. They give you...
Yeah. Yeah.
Not stuff just from the whatever. Because some of these medications, you never know what they are or where they came from. A generic medication of something, or they just look like medicine. You take them and then believe that you're taking medicine. We don't have equipment to go and test and see what's in this thing. Nobody has that in the house, Laboratory.
I think, to be honest, yeah, I know I'm coming back to you, but to be honest, I really like that. I really like that initiative that you just set up, because a lot of the times, especially our parents in diaspora, a lot of our parents die because they were sick or they went to the hospital. And it's all over the globe. It's not just in Kenya, because I also have Ghanaians and Nigerians and people from Mali who will be telling me the same thing, that, oh, it was the wrong medication, wrong diagnosis, wrong this. Is always something wrong and wrong and wrong. And the money they collect from us, they're totally shameless. They have no shame. They just lie and lie and lie. So I'm sure even some of them will really get angry with you for bringing this out for us diaspora, because their target is to target the diaspora. Their aim is to target the diaspora. So you coming up with this project and this initiative, I think it's a number one, 100% something better for us. And like you said, you're bringing a solution. So there's a problem. Now you found a solution. So I think guys out there who are listening to us, and I know Lily will come back again to talk about it. People are listening to us out there. Please, let's protect our parents, because they work so hard for us to even be here in the first place. And when they are sick, they take them to the hospital. And it's not like we don't send the money. We send them money. But it's wrong diagnosis. It's wrong medication. It's wrong this. But I think, Lily, with what you've started now, is a safe haven for us. We have a safe cushion to land our head and sleep at night knowing that my dad or my mom or my grandma, whoever, has the right medication.
And Lydia, you're right, because we are such an easy target, and many people see us as being very naive of what's happening back home, almost like we have no clue, and we always just have to take their words for everything. And it really bothers
Yes.
me, especially if you have a patient who has a chronic illness that requires constant medication. When you constantly depend on sending someone, and they could be bringing you, today they buy this, tomorrow they buy this. Like, it keeps, there's variations of these medications. It would be nice to just determine that, okay, this is the medication that she needs to use. We're going to stick to this one, and this is what they're going to keep using for the long term. And once your pharmacy knows that you always buy this medication, in fact, the app has a good memory. It remembers. So you don't have to keep entering all the time. It actually remembers if you're going to be using this medication over and over. Don't worry about that. This app is very easy to use, and it is available in both iOS and the Play Store.
And is it just medication? Because I know we're talking about medication a lot. So let's say my dad or my mom went to a local hospital, and they told them, go and buy this medication. But when I get to the pharmacy, the Diaspocare, do they actually give a second opinion before they give this medication out, or do they just give the medication? Because sometimes, what if they prescribe the wrong medication for me?
Okay, so let me talk, for example, about the Good Life Pharmacy. Are you familiar with the Good Life Pharmacy? Actually,
Yeah.
They just accidentally became my favorite pharmacy, and I never looked back. Man, I love the pharmacy, and I use them for everything. So with them, if you go
Yes.
there, you can always consult. So I believe if you want such kind of services as a patient, you can always consult. They will talk to you. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay. So just for the benefit of people who don't know what Good Life Pharmacy is, can you just elaborate that for them,
Also, the Good
please?
Life Pharmacy is a chain of pharmacies in Kenya, and it's in almost every county in Kenya right now. Yeah. And also, you spoke about people outside of Kenya. This app is not only in Kenya. I believe it's also in Cameroon. It's getting into West Africa as well. So yes,
Wow.
this app is going to be, it's going to take over Africa, because we Africans have the same problem. This problem is an African problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
So are you branching out to different countries?
Yeah. Already this is happening out there. It's I believe in Cameroon, yes. That should come really soon.
So how many countries have you reached so far?
Work in progress. So the last time I checked, it was still being tested in Cameroon, and then to the next. So South Africa is in the map. I'm sure we'll go there, and the rest of Africa. So they just have to keep. Yeah.
Okay. So I just wanted to ask you now. You've told us about the Diaspocare. You've told us about all the medication, but now, as a consumer, as a client, and also the masses standing outside, what's my benefit? How do I benefit with this? Because I know number one benefit, you spoke about it already. So you don't have to argue with your mom. Like mom will tell you, yeah, I bought food. So what's your problem? And you're like, okay, mom, it's okay. I'll send money again. So what is our benefit as we standing outside?
So benefit number one, it gives you control. You control the whole process. You control where you're buying the medication, who picks up the medication, and you make sure this medication is delivered to your patient. So your patient gets to have access in good time. So you even control time. Because the sooner you pay for this medication, the sooner you can have somebody out there picking it up, and the sooner your patient can have it. Number two, you also control the fact that you're not sending money every day for the same medication. You send money 2 days ago, again. So you get to just, your funds are not being misappropriated by anybody. Number three, at least you're part of the process. You're able to know, you're able to be on the loop. So you get that peace of mind knowing, okay, mom is okay, she's gotten the meds. And this is a big one because, my dear, people have gone through a lot. There's a friend of mine whose dad died after having a stroke. And she told me, Lily, my dad was not supposed to die. And it's because her dad started having a stroke like in the evening. And she told the relatives, listen, I'm suspecting it's a stroke. Please take him, put him in the car, take him to hospital. They let him sleep
Yes.
overnight. And tomorrow she still calls and the dad is still home, sick. By the time they got to the hospital, it was late. It was already too late. So you see things like this, when you have to depend 100% on relatives who don't, it's not the people's fault, but in Kenya, people don't really see the urgency when it comes to these issues of health. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, you could be,
the seriousness of it all.
If I'm having a headache on and on, by the evening, I'm out there, I'm going to ER. I'm like, no, something is going on. This headache is not normal. But in Kenya, I'm talking, you know, somebody will be like, it's just, you know, maybe I was just hungry, let me eat. Oh, no, it's just stress. Oh, let me just lay down, it's going to be fine. I need a lot of water. If you're lucky, maybe.
Yes.
But what if it's something else? And that's how we end up losing people because of that kind of attitude.
Carelessness, I don't care, laid back.
Yeah. So
all these things, or Lily didn't send enough money. So I understand the control part of it, because now you're in control, the money has been paid, all you do. So okay, now, because I know you do much more than just this, because now I've paid for, let's say I've paid for my dad's medical, and the person is only supposed to go and pick him up. Do you arrange that as well? Because I know you do something like that. I know the last time you said, just sit back, relax, and we do everything for you.
I did. And before I talk about that, I forgot to tell you something. This app also gives you as a family an opportunity to pull resources together and work towards providing medication for your elderly parents or relatives. In that, if it's me, for example, I'm in the States here with my sister, we both of us can use the same account and put resources together and buy these medications, where if medication is going to cost us 10,000 shillings, I can do 5, she can do 5, and we do this together. Isn't that so cool? It's like, and when you pay, the transaction is in real time. You get your conversation immediately. It is so amazing. So guys, if you don't remember the name of the app's name is Diaspora Care. So let's talk about, the other stuff you're talking about. Like I said, I'm the kind of girl who, I'm constantly looking for solutions. But for me, my biggest passion is really for us, the diaspora people, to stop being so naive. And if you must be naive, then at least have somebody have your back. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying you're naive by choice. Sometimes we are too busy to start worrying about what's going on in Kenya, or to start chasing things in Kenya. You're busy here. And if you're not busy enough, you're not going to get your bills paid. So you are understandably busy. You are supposed to be working. You're supposed to be taking care of business here. And so you hire somebody to help you worry about things you don't need to worry about. And that's where I come in. And when I was introducing myself, I said that I have a concierge business called Premium Errands Global. And that's what Lydia is talking about. And that what I do is that I link the diaspora with services back home in Kenya. For example, if the way Lydia said, you have a patient, you need to transfer a patient from point A to point B, or you want something done for you or for your folks, and you're here in the diaspora, you're not able to take care of it yourself, you hire me and I'll help you do whatever it is that you need taken care of. As long as we're not breaking any laws, we're good. We will do it. We've done a lot of things, some of which I sit down and think and I cannot imagine. For example, Lydia, this one I have it in writing. There's a lady who was traveling to Kenya, and then she reaches the airport and realizes her daughter, who is 16, needs a visa. It's Friday evening in the States. That means it's Friday night in Kenya.
Yes.
Girl. And then it was supposed to be a long weekend. So it was going into the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Then Monday was supposed to be a holiday. And this woman reached out to me. I almost cried, but I said, nothing is impossible. I said, okay, I'm hooking you up with my girls anyway. Let's see if they can pull this. They can pull this thing out. Mommy, that lady got a visa. Until now, I have no idea how it happened. So what I'm going to do, one of these days, I'm going to have, I don't know what I need to do for my team, because my team is true. They are so true.
Yes.
They came through for this woman. I'm telling you, I was shocked. So she couldn't travel that day. She had to travel the next day. But the visa came and it was a weekend, of which she was supposed to maybe
Wow.
cancel the whole trip, go through the visa process, and probably get it on Tuesday, because Monday was a holiday in Kenya. So probably travel on Tuesday. She went that Saturday.
And don't forget the money that she would have wasted, the time, and what she would have lost by traveling a day after.
So it was shocking when she sent me that message. I said, "Oh my God," because that thing really, I was like, "Oh my goodness, how the hell did this happen?" But she sent me a confirmation, written confirmation, said, "Lily, we guys are boarding. We are going. Our visa came through." I'm like, honey, it's a Saturday. So, guys, we do try to do things like that for our diaspora people, so that you don't have to keep worrying. Yes. So if this is something bothering you, you need taken care of. You have this land that you don't know if it's yours anymore. You filed for a divorce many months ago, and you don't know if the divorce was ever finalized.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that because I know you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot for diaspora. In fact, you're doing everything. I can just relax and everything is done. Even cooking ugali and samaki for me, the best samaki, you can cook it and do delivery.
Absolutely.
So I'm happy for that. And I know you say diaspora, we can be really naive. Yes, we can be sometimes really naive. And that's where you see, I've met a lot of people who, as you know, and you're the founder of Kwitu. I mean, Kwitu has more than 15,000 members. And I deal with people as well in diaspora, so we hear a lot of things being said. And I know I've heard a lot of people sending money back home, and a beautiful house is built for them, but that house is only on paper, and on their mind and on paper. But in reality, there's not even a land, there's not even a foundation. Nothing is there, and you've sent so much money. So that is why we are saying diaspora, sometimes we can be very naive, because they're sending you pictures and you're like, oh, it's my sister, my cousin, my brother, my uncle, my mom, my dad. It doesn't matter. Anybody, any single person can decide today, I'm going to con this person. So if you're thinking, oh my God, let me check, you can even send it to your parents. You can send money to anybody and say, start building. But then use Lily's organization, use them, because they do everything. They'll do the due diligence for you, and also before you use her, just do your own due diligence. So don't say, oh, Lydia is the one who told me, and Lily also came and said, no. Do your own due diligence, because we advocate for that. We advocate for your own choice, but we also advocate, stop being naive, diaspora. Let us stop being naive, because there's so many beautiful houses. I've seen houses in paper and in picture. In reality,
Mommy, I've seen real houses.
Lily.
Next time you're in Kenya, able go those sides of Syokimau. There's another Syokimau there that is like diaspora. Madam, hey, there are houses that are so beautiful down there. I'm just like, is this the new?
Yes.
What you call them? This is like
Wakanda village.
People, Kenya is crazy. Hey. But you're right, Mommy, it's true. Fake, and it's sad.
Yeah.
Because most of
it's true, because they can even go to that, Wakanda village and take pictures and tell you this is your property, and you're like, your job is just to make money, to pick money from the streets and from the tree and send it home.
But Lydia, the saddest part of this whole conversation about this conning thing is that the people who you really, really trust are the ones who betray you with this. And the way I see it, and because it has also happened to me, it comes with a lot of entitlement, almost that, like when you went to the States, you had them or you owe them for something. It's almost like you live in the States and you just have access to all this money, and we are here, So you're sending money for a very specific thing, but the person who will take it is not going to be a stranger to you. No. And they look in the face and said, yeah, I took the money, I built my house. So you can make, you are in America, make more money and build your own house.
Yes.
What are you gonna do?
Yes. And oh my God. And you know what they say in Kenya? That word that they use, I hate that word. Utadu. Utadu. That word. That's what they will tell you. And it's true. What are you going to do? You cannot kill your
No.
parents or your brothers or your friends or anybody. You can't.
Okay.
And you can't even arrest them either. You just turn back, take your sorry self, and come back to wherever country you're from, if it's UK, US, wherever. But starting from scratch, and then that trust has been broken, and it hurts. It hurts so
And
bad.
Lydia, let me tell you something. The sad thing is, you know, being out here, we understand how much blood, tears, and sweat we put into making money here, right?
Yeah.
And when you work so hard and you get this money, and this whole conning thing happens, and then you are out there and you're trying to make sense with your family, nobody seems to care. People don't even, they're just looking at you like, are you here fighting for money? They're just looking at you like, there is a lot of money where you came from, and you're gonna stand here fight for money. Actually,
Yes.
mommy, I've been through a situation. I almost went insane. You know, and I'm just like,
I know how it
seriously,
is.
even your own, like the person you'd expect a seme, the voice of reason of the family, nobody says anything. Everybody's backing out
No.
and saying, like, everybody's saying, so the family is going to fight because of money. Like, it's mine. It's my money. But
Yes.
hey, so
It's mine. And you lied to me that you're doing a project for me. The project is nowhere. Yeah. So thank you so much. Just say you're not going anywhere, because now, remember what I said. I said that there's two powerful women today, and another one was stuck on the traffic, but she's here with us in the studio now. So I'll let you give me high five first, because I know you've been traveling a long way. Thank you so much for accepting this invitation. So introduce yourself, please.
Okay, my name is Helen Atim, and I'm a filmmaker. I'll still talk about that because that is my main thing that I do. And also, I'm a founder of Women Make Change, which is a charity here based in the UK. But this is to deal with domestic violence. And, you know, things can change anytime, any day when COVID strike. And also I had a baby last year, so I have to change one or two things. I can't do everything at once. So now I'm into networking, network marketing.
Okay.
And because I studied business management, so I'm now trying to use that to practice everything,
Yeah. Okay, so I know, like you said, you're talking about your movie. It's because you're an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur, you do this. And I know you also went through a domestic violence really bad. Last time we did that, I don't, it wasn't nice at all. It wasn't funny, because your experience was real and was really raw. And so you do that as well. And I like, the reason why I really admire you is because what you went through, because a lot of women, they go through domestic violence, or men, but mostly women, and they don't talk about it, and they just come up and pretend everything is holy-dory, or even when they come out, they don't want to talk about it to help another woman, because you talking about it and having an organization to help, you're helping another woman who was in the same situation that you were in before. But so I like the fact that you use your experience to educate and create awareness of this ugly thing called domestic violence. It's very ugly. I don't understand how we women just stick to that situation, and we're not going anywhere. But what somebody said is, it's easier for you to talk when you're not inside. Yeah. Because I was part of it. I went through it, but I'm so happy that I came out alive. I'm so happy. Yeah. So tell us about your business. And Lily, you stay there. We're all in this together as three powerful women today in the talk show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my business is like, to talk about it is easy for me, but for our people it's a difficult thing. It's the same thing like domestic violence. So this is Forex. I'm into Forex now, Forex business.
By the way, don't say our people, because right now a lot of people are into Forex.
Yeah, a lot of people, but
Yes.
for black people, they still need more I would just, if I
They're
go a
so
lot of,
skeptical.
if I say black people,
Yeah,
so I
they're
just have to go
skeptical.
that way because,
Yeah.
like most, I would say like about 80 people that I spoke to them, they still don't know what Forex is. You know, and that is for our black people. So you really have to keep educating them before you can even bring them on board. Yeah, so I'm with Omega Pro. Omega Pro is a bank here in UK, which is FCA regulated. So you invest your money with them, and they trade with it. Because I said it's a Forex.
Course, yeah.
So it's just like changing your money from pound to dollars or dollars to Uganda shilling and all the sort of stuff. Do you get my point? So yeah, and when you invest with them, they give you like monthly, they will be giving you 10 to 20% of your investment. Or you can leave it there until they get to 300%. You know, so that's what I started doing.
Wow, can get to 300%.
Yes.
How does it get there? Is it?
Okay, so as I said, they use that money to trade with it. So if you invest, example, you put $5,000, then they will use that money to trade. Obviously, we use compounding strategies. So that your money will be compounding every day, every month. So they give you 0.45% because they don't want to go on like a higher risk. Like let's say Bitcoin. If you go to Bitcoin, it's a higher risk. But with Forex, it's a low risk. So they give you 0.45% every day. So if you continue leaving it there, the contract is 16 months. You know, so if you get to 14 months that you didn't withdraw anything out, so they give you back $15,000. But if you're withdrawing like that, your 5,000, you're withdrawing weekly or monthly or daily, then you only get 10,000. Yeah.
Does it depend with how much you invest from the beginning?
Not really. You can start
to get
from
the 10,000, or does it depend?
Okay, for that particular account.
Yeah.
Because the reason why they did that as well, at the beginning, you invest what you have and you can top it up any day, anytime. So people wait when it's left, like let's say 5 days to compound to 300%, then they will go and put more money so that they will get to that 15. So they say no, if you put 5,000, meaning you will get 15,000. So if you go and buy another package on top of that one, that will start another contract itself. But it will still be under one account. So you will start compounding.
Yeah, but with this 15K, 5K, even 5K. If you put 5K, for you to get the 15K, you still have to actually introduce a lot of people into the business. That's why it's networking, no?
No.
Okay. That's
the networking is optional. So they give you option. Networking is for anyone that want to make more money, just like overtime.
Okay, overtime. That's
so if you don't want to do the overtime, you just invest your money and leave it there. Simple as that. So we have people who come and just invest maybe 100,000, 200,000, or even 500,000.
So what's the
they
minimum?
Just leave it there. Minimum is $100.
Oh, the minimum is $100.
Yeah.
But there's no maximum. I can just bring my
There's
$1
no
million,
maximum.
$1 million.
Yeah. Yeah, you just put it there. For the networking, just for those who want to make more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, thank you for that. Okay, so I'm coming back to my Lily right now. And also there's a question I asked Lily, and I'm going to ask you that as well.
Okay.
So as a consumer or a client or the masses, somebody just sitting outside the fence, what is my benefit from joining this Forex? What would be my benefit?
Your benefit for joining this, you know, everything is changing now. We are not like back in the days, yeah? So the benefit is you are home with your children or your family, you're traveling every day, you know, and at the same time you're earning. You know, you don't need to stress yourself. You're not doing the trading by yourself. They do everything for you. You just wake up and withdraw your money anytime you want.
So you want to tell me that it's not that one that I have to wake up in the morning and see, I don't know, it's going up. I hate those ones.
No.
I don't know, you withdraw, you leave it, no?
No. Those one are the one that maybe you are doing the trading by yourself. Other company does that, or Bitcoin or whatever. Like we don't do Bitcoin. It's a bank here, and with the UK law, government, it's not easy to get the license as a bank for you to do Bitcoin because the risk is so high. So when we are getting our license for the bank, which is OMP Money Bank, so they only give them for Forex. And that is it. So we don't do the trading. They have traders all over the world, and they have over 20 years experience doing the trading every day. So people said, oh, what if they are losing? Of course, as I said, we have trading like all over the world. So if the team in the UK are not doing well, the team in Australia are doing well, or other countries are doing well.
But it's a risk. Right, like everything in life
Everything
is
in
a risk.
life
Even
is risk.
driving, walking, drinking
Our
water,
life.
you can choke from
Our
it,
life
is a
itself.
risk.
Yeah, I tell people our life. I will give example. We just lost our leader, one of our leader in the business, in October. You know, and he just qualified for the biggest rank in Omega Pro, like in this business. He has done a lot of network business before. He was the top people in what is it called? Forever Living Products. He was one of the top people. And then when he came into this business for 2 years, he joined 2019. So when he invested, he started to do the networking. And in September, he just got the biggest rank. And he was supposed to receive his check, you know, get his money. But after 2 days, it was no more.
Oh, Lord.
Do you get my point? And he always tell us when we're on a Zoom training every day, the first thing he will come and tell you, don't ask me question if this is gonna last. Don't ask me if you're gonna lose your money, because nothing is permanent.
Oh, dear.
But if you wake up in the morning and it's still there, that means it's there. Do you get my point? So while you are doing this, make sure you have another plan that, like for those who have children, he always advise, make sure you use this money, buy houses for them, buy this for them, put it in their name, invest. You know, don't just be that, oh, because I'm making big money here, so I now have to just stay here.
And that's what I like that investment part, because now that is where Lily comes in as well, because she does. She will do everything for you, just like you're sleeping, and Omega Pro will be trading for you, and all you do is take out your money. It's the same thing with what she actually come up with a very big solution for diaspora. And Helen is from Uganda, and she's going to Uganda as well very soon if she's not there yet. And what she's doing is they allow you to sleep and have a peace of mind while they do everything for you.
That's good.
Yeah. So that investment, while we invest, we look for Lily, right?
Yeah. And you pay me to take your worries away.
And we pay you. That's good.
Yes. So we pay you and you do land. So you were talking about the land. So let's come to the land, because I know, again, coming back to diaspora being naive, and I think sometimes it's because we don't have enough time as well. Because imagine you only have you have like 2 weeks, right, holiday, and you're going to Kenya or Uganda or any country in Africa for 2 weeks. What time, 2 weeks, do you have to go and look for land, to go and do your due diligence, to go and do this? You don't have time. And then someone can just tell you, somebody that you trust, let's go here. This is, and then, so that is being naive in all that, because we're just thinking that life is black and white. It's never black and white. So this is where now you come in, Lily, and you tell me, even though you're in Kenya for 2 weeks, go and see your family, go and relax, take them Masai Mara if you want to, and even that Masai Mara, we can organize it for you from here. So, because we like paying things slowly, like in bits, right? So by the time you go to Kenya or Uganda, everything has been paid for. So this is where now you come in. Tell us about the land, because I know we've been sold one land, 10 people own that land.
So Lydia, basically for me, it's 100. Mine is to make your life easy. Like you said, right now it's holiday time. People are going home for the holidays. And if you decide that you want Premium Errands to work with you, I'm the girl who will do everything from what do you want to do when you're in Kenya. You want to go somewhere, you want to hang out with your family somewhere, you want us to take your parents somewhere so that you can have a long time, because I know this thing. We go home, our parents don't understand. You're tired from working in America. You want to go home and get some sleep, have a 3-day break, and just sleep the jet lag off. Be quiet with people who understand you. So you might want to take your parents to Dubai so that they're out of the border, and you can have time to relax. And so we do plan all of that. We do partner with with amazing travel companies. And other than that, basically, you want to go and be a king, go and be a queen or a king. You want an apartment, you want a chef there, you want a domestic manager, anything you want. Just ask for it, we will work and get you there. Where you just wake up and the chef has already made your breakfast. The domestic manager is taking care of everything else at your own terms. You want somebody who lives in, you want somebody who lives out. we do all of that. And of course, we plan your holiday travel, whatever you want. You want a limousine to pick you up from the airport. You want a chopper. I don't know what you want, but if you want to leave,
I want a chopper.
Yes,
I want a chopper, Lily. I want a chopper.
Anything, just ask. And just ask in good time. Seti, you're arriving tomorrow and you're asking me now. I can't arrange a chopper within like that, you know? So
yes.
And back to your question, talking about land, you know, again, Mami, I'm very passionate about investing in Africa, especially investing in our home, because I see with my own eyes how we're losing our country to foreigners. That hurts me a lot, because right now I'm in foreign land, and I also feel like I have the same purchasing power as these people who come from all these other countries to go in and settle in our land. And not to be, you know, but even people are moving from Nigeria to come and settle in Kenya. You see, it's, you know, I kind of don't, it doesn't settle. I'm not saying people shouldn't go and settle in Kenya. I'm saying with the diaspora, people who are out here, we should do better. Because most of us are out here saying, oh, me, I'm not going back home. I am done with that godforsaken country. Because one day when you left Kenya, you were so mad, you are graduate, you are strong, you were young, you were aggressive, outgoing, but there was nobody to give you a job. And so you came out to look for greener pastures, and you still remember those days, how bad it was, how crazy it was. And when you were a trainee, your boss was trying to sleep with you, it was chaotic. But now, you know, things are changing. Maybe now you've gotten your power back. You should now go back and use now that power to put up structures and to give people jobs and to do amazing things. And that's what I'm trying to tell people, guys. We need to think about home. We guys are already holding our economy together. We can do more by also figuring ourselves out. So land, homes, all these things are things I've been doing. And when it comes to land, yes, my company can do land searches for you. It doesn't matter where it is, any corner of the country, you send us, we go. We partner with amazing surveyors, we partner with very reputable people, actually. And we do these searches. Like, for example, if we're doing a search in, say, Machakos County, we go to the county ourselves. We don't send anybody, okay? And if, for example, you are not, you know, your land is, or this land was bought long time ago, you came into the diaspora, it's been a long time, you just want to know, how much does this land cost now? Should I decide to sell this land? How much should I expect, you know, how much is it worth? We do all of that. We do that valuation for you so that you're on the know. We take the ignorance out, okay? So anything. And back to that story. Many of us got divorced and came into the diaspora. You left your divorce, you're not sure whether it went through or not. We do a lot of those, by the way. That's why I keep bringing it up. A lot of women, especially, are not sure whether they're divorced in Kenya. And then they find another love of their lives here in the diaspora, and they want to move on. Then they're like, oh my God, am I divorced? So then guess who has to go check? Lily has to go and check in the registrar's office, see if your divorce was final. Yes.
Because talking of that, even here in the UK, there is some marriages that were not acknowledged if you did it. Because I know there's a guy who passed on, and he was so sad. This guy had insurance, and this guy had been with his wife for 39 years. And when he came to payment, they refused to pay the wife because they said, that's not your wife. But in Kenya, he did the traditional wedding, he did all that. So for him, he's thinking, God, I'm married. So we just live in a different world. We don't look at things, we don't investigate things and say, oh, is this done, is this done? But it's because we are so busy, we are trying to make ends meet. There's a whole community, a whole village back home is waiting for you. Your own community here, your own family here is another community. So you have, I don't know how many mouths to feed. So you're here running up and down thinking, how am I going to get money? How am I going to... Because we know how we get money in the diaspora. We don't get it from the tree. Like people in Africa think that. We work for it a lot. Or not people in Africa, some people, not all of them, but just some. Let me rephrase that. Because there are some people who actually know how hard we work and they even feel sorry for us. But most people don't care. All they want is money. You know, when I called you, I know I called you with my Kenyan number. And I came to the studio and I was talking to the studio guys and I said, oh, I called her with my Kenyan number. So she was worried, oh my God, who is this? Because I said the only time, most of the times you get phone calls from Kenya, some people is either somebody's dead, somebody's in the hospital, they want money. They don't call to tell you, oh my God, how are you? Oh my God, we missed you. How are you doing? Nothing like that. So I said, I'm sure when you saw my number, you're thinking, a Kenyan number.
Yeah, I was like, well, someone's calling. I'm about to get on the call. So I'm about to get on Zoom. So whoever it is. And you're right, Mommy, because sometimes you could send somebody money. You would send, say, $200 to Kenya. And that person will not even bother using that money to buy some credit, to just call you back and say, Mama, thank you so much. I got the money.
I've received
no,
it.
honey, you'll hear about them a few months later when they need more money, you know? So you're right.
Yeah, when there's another problem. Okay, so I'm coming back to you in the studio, my darling here. So with the Omega Pro, what is your objectives? What's your aim for this? What's the objective of Omega Pro?
Okay.
Because I know you've been in this business for 1 year now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I know you're doing really good. I see you.
Thank you. Okay. You're not the first person to ask me this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people
Today.
Oh, today. Okay.
Yeah. Even the taxi driver that brought me here was asking me questions because I was on the Zoom and he liked it and he asked me a few questions. Then it's like, okay, so the first question he said, where do you see yourself maybe by next year? Because you have been in it for 1 year because we talked. And I said, okay, I'm a mother of 5. I have 5 children.
Can you imagine? 5,
yeah.
So 4 boys, 1 girl.
Nice.
And I want the best for them. And with my other jobs, like filmmaking, you know, I know that I've been in it for like 6 years. And it's not an easy one, very stressful, because with films, for your film to go to a bigger platform, it's like you really need money for you to even get there. You know me already, you know, yes. So it's not an easy one, from making the film, the marketing, everything. So each time, I'm not really shy to say this, I was always broke. Always broke.
Yeah.
Borrow from friends, borrow from families. Everywhere I go was borrow. I'm not gonna lie about that. Until last year, September, when my friend told me about this, I was shooting a film as well. And she was on set and she said, you know what, you are trying so much. And I wish I knew about this before. I would have stopped you not to, produce this movie. Invest this money in Forex. And this is ABCD. I'm like, really? When she told me, I'm like, okay, I'll give it a go. I don't have money, but I will try. So I put my money. So when I put my money, and I say to her, I want to do the networking because I love the networking bit. They said I can make as much, I control everything.
Yeah, you're
and
in control.
Said, I control everything, no problem, give it to me. I will sleep on it. So I took it over. Do you get my point? So, and I see myself in the next 2 years. I give myself 2 years. I want to live that dream life that I've been craving for many years. That is the reason why I walk from one place to another. I know nothing comes easily, but with some other people, because things are changing, if you go in a smart way and you see that people are making it within few years, working 9 to 5, you can work for 40 years. After 40 years, you are tired. You can't do nothing anymore and you don't have saving. But with this Forex, I see myself in the next 2 years, I see living that, I'll be living like I'll have like financial freedom. I can travel anywhere. I can like have my boys, like so everything is there for them.
You're actually building generational wealth.
Yes.
That's right.
That's what I'm doing.
Yes.
Because now I don't talk about house. When I talk about house, last year I was struggling, 2019, I was struggling with in the council house. To be honest, I was about to be evicted. I'm not shy to say that. But with this Forex now, like anyone cannot tell me anything because I can take my money and go and get my place. Yes. So that's how Omega Pro has changed my life.
That's right.
And yeah.
So, okay, that's really cool. So I wanted to ask, and I know you say, so do you employ other people or do you have staff? If somebody now is watching and they said, whoa, I want my life to be changed as well, because after this COVID, there's a lot of people out there who are struggling.
Yes.
And there's also a lot of people who are not looking. right?
Yes.
They're struggling for nothing. It's because they're not looking. And there's a lot of people who are comfortable in their problems or in their comfort zones where they just cry, I want, they didn't give me. You know, there are people like that. But there are also those ones like yourself and Lily who have seen a problem, but there's a solution. So somebody who right now is sitting in a problem and they listen to you and they also listen to Lily, I'll ask the same question to her. Do you employ others? If they run you and say, I want this.
Okay. That's a good bit because I'm doing networking side, as I said. With Omega Pro, you can decide to just invest and leave your money to work for you, just to compound. Or when you invest, you can still do networking for you to make more. And that one, you control it. So now, for anyone that is watching me and they feel like, yes, I would like to know more or I want to really come into this business, then my hand is open because I'm doing networking. So definitely you come and join my team. You know, we don't really employ when they talk about employment because it's not an employment that I'm going to pay you monthly or weekly.
You just empower people.
Yeah, you just empower people, yes. And we give you training. We have our meeting Monday to Sunday, like different, because it's a global business. It's everywhere, you know, so you can do this business in the anywhere you sit. Like in the office here, I'm sitting, I can just do my work. When I was in the taxi, I was doing my work, you know, because you can do it from anywhere. Do you get my point? So anyone that is interested, just let me know, contact me. You can just find me on Facebook, Ellen Atim, or you go on Twitter, I'm Ellen Atim. Anywhere you see it's Ellen Atim. Or if you Google my name as well, you'll see film will be popping up on Google, but you can still reach me out. Instagram and all that,
So with this Omega Pro, is all about empowerment and motivation. And whatever you do with it is up to you.
It's up to you,
It's up to you, okay. So that's good. Guys, if you're out there, you're listening and you feel like I'm in a crossroad and I don't know where to go. Do I go right, left, straight? Do I sit down and just say, you know what, swallow me if you want to. So if you're in that crossroad right now, you can contact Helen, okay? And I also go to ask Lily the same thing. Do you employ others, Lily, or do you have enough staff? So let's say, I know a lot of your staff are in Kenya. So probably somebody's listening right now from Kenya and they're thinking, wow, let me contact her. I might have a job. Do you employ others as well?
Absolutely. And most of the time, I actually am onboarding partners. For example, I just talked about chefs. You know, we can never have enough chefs. So because sometimes I might have 2 chefs and they're all engaged and I have another client. So I do, we work with a lot of, we do have so many partners and we're still getting more. For example, cake makers, because we do a lot of surprises. And if a cake maker is in Nakuru, they're not going to be able to deliver in Langata if I need a cake delivered in Langata for a surprise party. We work with florists, we work with doctors, dentists. We work with companies that offer transportation. Like I was talking to you about a chopper. I don't own a chopper. My company does not own one. We work with travel companies.
You will own one very soon, darling. That's why we are aiming to own choppers. Forget driving. There's too much traffic.
So travel companies, land surveyors, all this. So we are basically always partnering with people who help us be able to deliver to our market. And other than that, we have people who are now our employees, and we were looking to hire about 2 more people come 2021, but we haven't put that out officially. So we are hoping in 2022, because now we're getting more work. It's getting very busy for us now, and we feel that it's now again time to expand. We also have people who we work with, but these are contractors. So these are people who, for example, in Kisumu, we have somebody we engage there. So if you send us to go shop for your mother in the village and deliver, and your mother is in Nyanza, we engage our contact in Nyanza to help us make that happen. So those are contractors, they work and they get paid, and then they get, so they're not permanent employees. So yeah, we do work with people, and we still have a lot of room to work with more people. We want to work with way more.
Okay, but do you work with individuals as well? Because I know you've spoken about chefs. So if must they be in an organization? Must they be I can just come and say, look, I'm qualified. as an individual.
Yes,
and that's
we do have photographers who are individuals, videographers. We have makeup persons who are individuals. We do have domestic managers. These are individuals who, again, we put them, we make sure they're trained to deal with the diaspora market, because we are very different. Our kids are very different. I have had a situation where I had a domestic, I had a nanny who could not reconcile the situation with my kid, because my kid is very outspoken, very smart, very, my daughter does not, she speaks her mind and she asks for what she wants. But you see, if you're a Kenyan kid, that is a little bit rude. And she was this kind of person who thought my daughter would have to sit on her lap. She'd probably have to spoon feed my kid. I'm like, no. My kid knows how to get her food from the fridge. She knows how to microwave her food. She knows how to do, So it was a little bit, but after about 1 week, she caught up. And that's when I realized that when we guys get our nannies, we need to have them go through training first so that they can know who they're dealing with, because the diaspora clientele is not the same as the clientele they have in Kenya. Yeah. Even just using equipment in the house, doing laundry and things like that.
What you just said is very important, because I know of so many people that I told people one experience that I had with my children. The first time I took them to Kenya, my firstborn, at that time she was 10. And my other one was, I think,
you
6
have beautiful
and 3.
Daughters.
And we went to, thank you. Thank you. We went to South B, one of my friends, or my ex's cousin, or it's complicated. And I was sleeping in one room and they're sleeping in another room. This was really weird. Just talking about what Lily have said, that we didn't need to train them for diaspora, because it's different. These children are different. That's the first time my children went to Kenya. They've never seen anybody mop. Do you know, in the morning, my children started screaming, "Mommy, Mommy!" And I was like, what is it? What is it? What happened? I came running. It's because the house help was mopping with, the way they mop with their hands, on the floor. And because she's doing her bam round, she's mopping and dancing and doing, she's singing. I went upstairs. Even the maid was scared that, what did I do? And I said, what is it? Mommy, this lady, she's in our room doing hallelujah, hallelujah on the floor. I said, you guys are not serious. That is called mopping. And she's mopping the floor and she's singing. That is what we did. That's what I did. And I felt really bad that, how can our children just don't know something simple like this? Because we don't think that something simple like that, we should teach them. And that's when I realized I really have to start teaching my children some stuff that I think is just small. And like you said, if they go home, a lot of children in diaspora, when they go home, people say they're boasting, wanajifanya, wanajiringa, their parents they are spoiled. Every single name they will call your children, but they don't understand. It's the culture. It's different. And even this thing, I don't know if you have it in Uganda as well, when they say that if you're talking to an elderly person, you look on the floor. Yeah, you look down. In diaspora, children will go and they'll be looking at you straight in your eyes. And someone will be like, this child is very rude. Why are you looking at me? This is different culture. So I really understand what you're saying, Lily. And I think that what you're doing is very important, because then it's not going to put the children off as well. If you train the nannies or you train, so the children will feel like they still have that respect and the love that they had in diaspora. So well done. That is very, very good. And now, because we're running out of time, I just want to ask, I know you said about it, Helen. You said something that they asked you, where do you want to see yourself in 2 years? But I had it down as well. I said 2 things. I wanted to ask you on a personal level, where do you think you're going to see yourself in 5 years' time? And then also on the business level, where do you think you're going to see yourself in 5 years' time on your business?
Okay.
So first, you as Helen.
Me as Helen.
Yes.
Okay, as Helen, because of where I grew up, northern Uganda, the war, come to this country, domestic violence and everything. So because of my charity, my main focus is always on women. And with the charity here, I can't do that much. I've been doing this since 2017, like the charity. But my main dream is to go and do something back home. Yes, when they say back home, I'm talking of Africa. So like for the past 2 years, I've been really struggling with few things, because some women from my local villages, you know, they're pregnant and their husband, they are not there anymore. Or maybe girls, they rape them and all that.
Yeah.
And sometimes they can't even go to the hospital. So what I've been doing, I have to be sending money for them, go to the hospital, go and do this, go and do that. So far I have about 50 women, which they are living in one place. So now I want to get like a bigger place for them. Do you get my point? So in the next 5 years, for myself, I don't really want much for myself. The only thing I want is just seeing my kid grow up, let them get married, let them live their dream life. You know, I'll see my grandchildren running around me. I'm just living that financially free. I don't have stress from nowhere, and I will be able to help people who I can help, anybody that come across my life, you know. So that is where I see me, and achieving things that I want to achieve, just like for these women that I talk about, because that's what really touched my heart. So I want to have a hospital for them, and that will start from my village, which is northern Uganda, where I come from, and extend it to some part of Africa. I want women to have really good hospital that is free for them, and have ambulance to take them, not parking them at the back of motorcycle or whatever. Yeah, I've seen some of them. So I just want ambulance for them and things like that. So those are the kind of things that I'm really working on. So yeah.
For yourself?
That's for myself.
Okay.
That I don't have to include anybody to say, give me, do this. No. Yeah.
What about the business?
When it comes to business now, in this Forex business, we have for the networking, we do have ranks. So we have 9 different ranks, 9 different levels. So it starts from associate and it goes to crown diamond. So with the crown diamond, meaning you're already a big person, in a way that you getting to that rank alone, they will reward you with $500,000. That is just like your money.
Yeah.
But for you to get there, you already have so many people under you.
Yes.
Like now, I have 3,000 people under me, but with Crown Diamond, maybe you have about 10,000 or 15,000 or 50,000. So that means you'll be making close to $100,000 every week.
Hey.
You understand? That is from your network.
In Kenya, there's a word we say umeomoka. Umeomoka means you've reached.
Yes, you have reached there. And so far in our company, we only have 4 Crown Diamond.
Wow.
1 in Nigeria, 2 in Colombia.
They had to be a Nigerian, right?
Yeah, 2 in Colombia, 1 Indian.
Yes.
Yeah? So only 1 lady from Colombia. Do you get my point? So I'm working towards getting to that crown diamond. So I want to be the first African female that rank up to crown diamond in Omega Pro.
The one in Nigeria is a man.
It's a man, yeah.
We have to support you. A woman, like I always say, women have to be in those tables where they're making policy changes, policy makers.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
Talk about even politics as well, because right now women are still.
Yeah, we're still down. Yeah.
We're still down, but we need to swap that role, right?
Yes, yes.
Wow, thank you very much for that. Now I'll go back and ask Lily the same thing. So Lily, as you as an individual, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Just as you first, before you talk about as a business.
So, in 5 years, I really see a great future for me in Africa as well. I hope that my dream of having a very established, big company, and I'm talking about my Lavish company, because I believe so much in what Lavish is. I believe in the cosmetics industry. This is an industry that has always done well. So I really want to try and focus on that. And I just want to grow. I want to grow even the Premier Errands business. I want it to be big. I want to be able to hire very many people and touch very many lives. But most of all, I want everybody in the diaspora to be waking up and thinking, what's that number for Premium Errands? What's that number for Premium Errands? Because I want my Premium Errands to be the only company that serves, okay, not the only, but the number one. That the best, you know, premium service, not just like that's why I said I'm not doing anybody else but the diaspora. I am only serving the diaspora, period. Nobody else.
Yeah.
So that I can be able to offer the best service, stellar service. So that if you come to me, I don't have to keep thinking, is this somebody local or is this a diaspora person? No. Yes. I want to give the best. And that's what I want. I want my company to be the household name when it comes to offering concierge services back home. I want to give solutions, and that's Yeah.
Wow. So we wake up and your website or your name is on top of my wardrobe. Like I wake up like this, it's there. Wake up, it's there.
I'm on your
It's
speed
there
dial.
because I know that I am in
I
safe
am on your
hands.
speed dial. Like, whoa, somebody put me through to diaspora errands.
That is nice. You know, it's nice at least for diaspora to have, because even right now as we talk, in Kenya, there's diaspora banking, there's diaspora this, you know, because we've been neglected. We've been neglected so much. That's why even sometimes when we go back home, people are like, oh, you diaspora, you come here, you're boasting. When are you going back? Why should you ask me when I'm going back?
Can I say something about that?
That's my country.
Let me say something about that, mommy. And this is the thing.
Yes.
Every business I have is from a desperation that came from my own experience. So my job is so that you don't depend on your family members or your relatives, because I've seen this firsthand. It's only good the first day when you arrive, you're giving gifts, suitcases are being opened. 2 days later, a few days later, mommy, you're a bother to everybody. Everybody just wants, like, people start avoiding you.
Yep.
And maybe that's why I go to the diaspora. It doesn't matter. I will have my own apartment. Sorry, when I go home, I keep my own apartment. I go in and out as I please. I don't depend on anybody for anything.
Yes.
If you want to give me a ride, you're gonna look for me. I'm not looking for you. You call me, Lily. Are you okay? Do you need me for something? I'll be like, sure, I need a ride. I'm at this and this place. Come, we hang out a little bit. But I'm not gonna be following you around. I'm not gonna be asking you, show up here. Let's do this together. Because I realized many people complain that when the diaspora comes, we expect them to drop everything and start babysitting us around like they don't have a life. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yo, keep your life. I'm keeping my, everybody stay on your side of the fence.
And that's why I love what you're doing, because you're catering and you're catering for the best just for diaspora. So we also feel like we are not allowed to vote. We are not allowed to be MPs or be in parliament if you have dual nationality. It's not even our fault that we have that. We're not allowed to do, if we take your skills back home, nobody even appreciates it. So for us to know that if I go home, there's something just for diaspora. I mean, Lily, that is good. And like I said, I'm using your services. I'll be using your services 100%. Because I want to go home and relax. And one thing I forgot to ask you as well, Lily, that is very important. If I wanted to book these things, whatever I want to book now, can I pay for them in bits? That question I wanted to ask.
Yes, you can do lipa pole pole. So basically what we do is, even if you're trying to do something right now and you have some financial difficulty and it's urgent, we can come through for you and then we bill you later. You tell us when you want us to bill you, we will bill you later. But you see, many diaspora people don't really have a problem with this, but it could be something that's gonna cost you a lot of money and you're not in a good place. Yes, we will do that for you. Another thing is you can actually book a service right now. Like right now, it's holiday time. You want us to do something, or you wanna, take your parents somewhere for the holidays, or you wanna plan a trip for you and your parents, you surprise them, they don't know you're coming. You can book that service now. When you get in the country, we get to work, because we will have already done the whole plan, because that's what we do. When a customer books a service, we put down the whole plan for you to see everything, the timelines, everything, and how we're going to execute this whole thing, so that you can be part of the process and tell us, okay, no, I think you should change this, I think this should be like this, and then we work together. Because at the end of the day, we are tailor making all these services to suit you. We don't offer the same one size fits all. No, it's customized for you and you alone. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. So now, as we finish, I want you to talk to especially women, okay? A woman who has reached rock bottom and is just about to give up. So I'll start with you in the studio. A woman who has just reached rock bottom, because as much as we're talking about business as well, we also need to talk to that woman who needs just that little word for her not to either commit suicide, for her not to say it's done and beat her children to death, for her not to say I'm throwing up the towel, for her not to think the world hates me. Just that word. What could talk to the women out there?
Okay. That's a good one, because I always like to give people my experience. So I went through a lot, just like other people as well. It's not only me. That's life anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, many people go through a lot, but that should not be the last stop for you. You know, for anything that you're going through, if you're a woman outside there, anything you're going through, whether it's you're at work, family members, or anything, the minute you give up, you are the one who's gonna lose. You are the loser. You get my point? You did not fight. So how do you fight as a woman? Fight for your right, or fight for yourself, for anything that is around you. You fight by getting up every time you just hit that rock. When you fall down, just get up and stand still. Look on the mirror, smile, because you know you can do it. Nobody else can do it for you. Because if you just give up just like that, maybe, oh, they did this to me, my husband did this, or my family did this, I'm just gonna die, or I'll just kill myself. As I said, if you kill yourself, you are the one that lose. So they will bury you, people will come and eat rice, chicken, and all that. People are gossiping at the time that they are going, your name is everywhere. So for that not to happen, anytime you fall, get up.
Yes, get up.
Just, you know,
Dust
yourself, stand on the mirror, look at yourself. You're one beautiful person. Nobody can put you down. You can do it and start afresh.
Oh, thank you so much. That's the power. Last time we were here, we spoke about the power of the mirror. So look at yourself in the mirror and speak to that person in that mirror. Get up, dust yourself.
I do that a lot.
Again. Yeah.
And I see how beautiful I am. Yeah. Nobody need to tell me.
I
So
know.
I just look.
Okay. So Lily, I'll ask you the same thing as we close. What can you tell a woman? I know there are some men going through as well, but today is not about men. Today is about women. So what can you tell a woman who's just about to, you know what, that's it, I'm done, totally done. Just that one word that they want to hear.
Wow, hey, you said that until I felt chills down my spine. And the reason I felt that is because I think many women have been there, including myself. And my sister here says she's been there to that point where you're looking ahead, it's dark, you're looking back, it's dark. You know, it's a lot of confusion. But if you hit rock bottom, I believe the best thing to do is, now you know, if you're still alive and you see, you know, I'm actually at my lowest, you know I'm still alive, I'm still here. And if I'm still alive, it means there's still a lot of fight left inside. Just like that song that says there's still a lot of fight left in me. And so the only way you go, since you're already in the bottom of bottoms, is up. And so gather yourself and start pulling yourself together and start rising, because you cannot go any lower, mommy. You already hit the rocket.
Yeah.
You're on there's nowhere else to go but up there. And just start working on yourself, bring yourself back up. And most of the times we suffer with emotional issues, and those are the ones that hit us very, very hard, and those are the ones that take too long to heal. So I believe it would be just nice to figure out a way to live out anything that threatens your emotional health, anything that threatens your sanity, anything that threatens your mental health. Leave all of that out as just part of the journey, trying to get yourself back. Also, you know, and this is everything, including bad company, including toxic stuff like alcohol, whatever it is that is not supporting your mental health, your emotional health. Just start winning yourself out of that. Start staying focused, do devotions, pray, and you'll never walk alone. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So as we close up, so if somebody wants your details, Helen, how do they get you? Can you give us your details?
Yeah, my details. Definitely, I'll give my number.
Yeah.
Because it's very important. Before I can give my number as well, like with our business, I will tell you, anyone want to go to Forex or crypto or whatever, there's so much scam outside. So that is why you really need to go into a company that you know that, yes, even though nothing is permanent forever, but your mind is at peace.
Peace, yeah.
So always with our business, you have to reach out to someone. You can't just go on Google or whatever and fill up the form and just invest your money and before you know, you can't get it. It's not like that. So that is where I come in. So you always have to contact me on my number, which is 07961 821 340.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my mobile number, or you can send me a WhatsApp and all that. And Facebook is Ellen Atim, but Ellen with double L, because it's a very special one.
Okay,
Yeah.
unique.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys. So for Forex, like Helen just rightfully said, be very, very careful because we have so many con industries out there, organizations, or even human beings. And in fact, human beings is the worst. So check her out. And if you want to reach out and just see, can I give this a try as well? So her number is 07961 821 340. And Facebook as well is Helen Atim. And Helen is HELLEN. And Atim is ATIM. Okay? Thank you very much. And Lily, if we want to get in touch with you, what are your contacts?
Yeah,
please?
so for me, if you would like to reach me, especially for business, and maybe you're looking to be a partner, the best way to reach me is through my social media, Facebook, Messenger. My name is Lily Richards on Messenger. Also, I have a page, also Lily Richards. So find me there. Other than that, if you want to reach out to me because you need a service in Kenya, you can still do Messenger, or you can send me a message through my Safaricom number. I don't know whether to start with 07 or just 254. What do you advise?
254.
Okay. So give me 1 second. I'm pulling. Yeah, it's plus 254 701 628671. Again, it's plus 254 701 628671. And you can reach out to me via WhatsApp. I'll always get your messages. Talk to me if you need to partner with me, or you need a service from Premium Errands Global. Our website is www.premiumerrandsglobal.biz. Also, you can reach out to me about the Aspocare app, but the best thing is just go to your Play Store or your iOS and download. It's called, if you have iOS, it's called, I forgot. Go there to your store where you buy your apps and download the app. It's called Diaspocare. Again, Diaspocare. And just download the app and start using it. It's very easy to use. And for me, you can find me on YouTube. I do videos there. I talk about these things. Again, it's Lily Richards. Also, I'm on Instagram. I go by Scorpio, which is SCQORPIO. And yes, I'm a Scorpio girl. I was born in November. And also, if you search me by Lily Richards on Instagram, you'll find me. So reach out. There's so many ways to reach out. So reach out with whatever it is. Let's work together.
So there's no excuse. And Lily is Lily, right? Lily and then Richards, right?
Lily Richards. Yeah.
Okay. So guys, reach out, please, and don't say you did not know. All right. So thank you so much for everybody who tuned in today. I say thank you. And also thank you so much for Lily for accepting this invitation, and also for Helen, thank you for accepting the invitation. And I want to say, stand out, speak up. So standing out, what we believe in. I always tell children that do not fit in, because fitting in means you have to do what everybody else is doing, because they'll tell you, oh, just go and fit in. Do not fit in, stand out. So it's time to stand out and speak up. So thank you so much. Until next week on Wednesday, I'll see you again 6:30 UK time and 9:30 Kenyan time. And like I always say, it can only be God.
WorldRemit, we understand what the journey is about, how it can sometimes take a little distance to bring us a little closer together. With ways to save more when you send more, WorldRemit is here for you, so you can be there for them.